Totally agree with you about the being finished business, Lisa. I think that goes for both on the relative and the absolute level. Seems like such a cop-out or a spiritual bypass. Seems like some people have missed the point that it's always about evolving, learning and deepening the experience of mystery together as a conscious community. How can there be an end to that? Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah. It makes me want to cry in a way, because it's the manifestation is expansion, always. I just imagine how free we can become as a society. But that's not just the awakening part to the absolute. It's like on the human level, we have to learn how to live together, because we really haven't learned how to live together. We've learned how to tolerate each other. That's so awful and negative. I mean, there's such beauty in our society, but it is a lot about tolerance. Like, not many people, I don't think, in our society could really say they love thy neighbor. And it's really about that, like really loving thy neighbor as yourself. Like really, even when they're really aggressive. There's this lady in the forest every day I walk with Khaleesi. And she obviously had, maybe she has some mental health issues, I don't know, but she obviously had a lot of fear around corona. And when I first started meeting her, she used to stick out her arms and like shout something in German. I think she was saying like stay 2 meters apart. Like, I couldn't really understand her, and so I did. But over the time, like meeting her most days and her husband, we speak to each other. Bit by bit we speak to each other. And even though she was aggressive in the beginning, I could imagine that would put some people off. It really didn't put me off. And now it's like when I see them and when they see me, we both light up, because, you know, meeting each other every day in the forest, and she speaks a bit of English, I speak a bit of German, and we kind of communicate, and there's just like a niceness, a warmth beginning to evolve, even though we know so little about each other. And so it's really being open to that, whereas the mind could close, you know, when she's doing this, the mind could close and say, okay, I'm going to give up on that person and just avoid them. Or you could just say, give them the, you know, that space, that there was something happening in them, and trusting them to hold that and to be able to go beyond it. Like meeting them afresh. Yeah, and now like we see each other, and I'm on my bike, and sometimes I'm on my bike when I see them, and sometimes in the forest, and there's always like, hello, like, and waving and big smiles on both sides. It's really amazing what we're capable of as humans. Like, we are amazing. Like today I was riding along listening to music. The music was so beautiful, and the sun, and watching the humans, and I just felt so amazed, you know, that somebody's invented this bike and the music and the phone and the earpods, and collectively we've done that. Like, what a species. And I'm riding next to this water, and it's organized, and there's pavement down, and people know, you know, to walk on one side or the other. Like, we don't bump into each other, or not walk. I mean, we have such potentiality. And the most important thing is love thy neighbor like yourself. And that comes from deeply knowing non-duality. Like, that couple, aren't her reactions, aren't her pain or her suffering, you know, when she was doing that, aren't her judgments. She is that light. Always. That freedom.